2020 Commodity Classic, San Antonio, Texas. I'm here with Farmhand Mike, Mike Less, YouTube star. Can I call you that? Social media.
Oh, I guess you can.
Personality.
Other people are calling me that now. So,
yeah. Mike ran one of our carts this year, an 1112, black with the American Farmer, patriotic American Farmer decal. Mike, just informal, a couple questions for some broadcasts for us, but how'd you get started? How'd you get started YouTubing?
Well, I was, of course, you know, I worked for Versatile. I worked for another egg manufacturer before that, traveling all around the country, getting to visit all these farms and seeing all this different equipment. And one day I was watching other people's YouTube videos, and I just said, you know, all the stuff I see, you know, I'm seeing a lot. Sometimes I think cooler stuff than what's on YouTube here, so I might as well start doing this. I've always been into photography, so I just started doing video clips, you know, of farmers I know and stuff, and then I started editing the videos, and then I started getting a following actually, and didn't really know what to expect, and then it just grew from there. So now I'm always looking for different types of farm equipment and so forth that they don't normally see. So.
And how long have you been doing YouTube videos?
I started my channel in February of 2012.
Okay.
So I've been at it a few years.
Yeah, 6 years. Yeah.
Yep.
Neat. Yeah, and from watching some of your videos, some of the things that you put on there, things that the Midwest average farmer doesn't see.
Yes.
So some really interesting content.
Yep, and I've actually got a few videos from the UK also. So I was over there for work and even got that. So I got a lot of Canada, different parts of the U.S. So it's not just in the Midwest. We're used to mostly corn and soybeans, but my channel, anything I can find that's unique to agriculture. You know, I'm stopping and talking to guys and shooting some video. So
and for Versatile, you travel pretty much the whole United States, correct?
Yes. We have different territories, but yeah, I end up in a lot of territories that aren't mine and so forth. So I get to see a lot of unique stuff. All over the U.S. and Canada.
Okay, neat. And then back home, work for?
Yeah, local farm. I grew up in a farm. On a farm in Northeast Ohio, but I had to move from one side of Ohio to the other, so I don't live near my family farm anymore. So I was lucky enough to live out in the country in West Central Ohio and help a local farm. So that gives me my weekend fix, and I save some vacation time and so forth, and help in my spare time, and it's almost another full-time job at certain times of the year, anyhow.
And it's therapy sometimes when you're traveling.
I like it, absolutely, because you know, my job, I've always been in service, so sometimes it's just nice to get out there and run stuff and not have to worry about working on it all the time or helping a dealer with it. So.
And that farm is a J&M farm, has run J&M product before.
Yep, they have a J&M 750 and an 875 grain cart on the operation, and I've unloaded a lot of corn and soybeans out of J&M grain carts.
And we've seen those in videos in the past.
Oh yeah. So
we appreciate the loyalty of you know, those guys.
Yeah, and of course J&M's fairly close to us, so it's good having a grain cart that's just made about 35 miles up the road too. Yeah.
And this year ran like I said, 1112. What's your impression of the 1112 cart?
The 1112 was awesome. We put it on a brand new Versatile 365. Had the J&M 1112 and had the big tires on it and so forth, and it was nice actually having a grain cart big enough that when you come into the truck you were able to fill the whole semi. The J&M iFarm app was awesome to have, putting the app on our phone, and you could keep track of your loads and knew how much grain you had in the cart and so forth, just keeping your phone or your iPad up there in the tractor with us. Really like that. Like the bigger auger, the unloading speed and everything. That was really nice, and actually I was a little bit worried having the bigger auger and so forth that I might spill some grain this year, and I think I spilled like 1 bushel of corn. And I'm going to blame it on a guy stopped by to check out the tractor and the grain cart, and he rode with me and he got in my way, and that's why I spilled that bushel, and I'm going to stick to that story.
Okay, well, that sounds like a good excuse. So, but and we enjoyed working with you. I mean, we did some video footage.
Yes.
At your farm, and it was kind of neat. To one day had 4 drones in the air at one time, I think.
Yeah.
And
so you guys come out with a couple drones, and my daughter and I were doing a YouTube live stream at the same time from the cab of the tractor. So we had a lot of things going on in the field that night.
Yeah.
So we had 2 tractors, 2 J&M grain carts, a combine running, and a lot of trucks going back and forth. We were moving some corn out of the field that night. So
that's pretty exciting. Out of the videos you've done, where's like maybe your favorite location or your favorite video that you've done or most unique?
Boy, I've done so many. I have over 1,000 farming videos on my YouTube channel,
Okay.
and boy, probably this past summer I got to go to a farm out in Colorado running 12 combines in the same field, harvesting wheat. That was really neat. I got to film 2 big bud tractors. One pulling an 18 bottom, and the other a 21 bottom plow in the same field.
Okay.
There's just so much stuff, but and corn silage videos. People love corn silage videos, corn harvest videos. But on YouTube, there's a lot of Midwestern channels with corn planting and combining corn and soybeans. So I'm trying to look for different stuff because people see that all the time. But one thing about my channel is I have a good mix, where some farms might be all one color, and I like to get that good mix of equipment, maybe this color tractor and that color combine, and just always looking for unique stuff.
And being from the Midwest like you, a lot of the things like the big bud tractors, the 12 combines in the field, guys don't see that.
Yes,
and vice versa, the guys in the West that aren't in our area don't see the forage harvesters, the big self-propels, and that kind of thing. It's neat that you're kind of keying into everybody's interests.
Yeah, and I think we're all guilty of this. Me growing up across the road from my grandpa's farm and going on the payroll in 7th grade, I, as a kid, just assumed everybody farms the same way we do. And then I started traveling the country in 1995, and I learned real quick it's different everywhere. I mean, different areas grow different crops. They got different soils, different climates. There's guys growing a crop in places with 6 to 10 inches of rain a year, and in Ohio we probably get over 50 a year. And it's good for people to see on my channel this. I get a lot of people question, why is this guy doing that? Or that's the farming practice that works in their area. So I think I like bringing a lot of that stuff out there for people to see.
Neat. And how many followers now? We talked about this just a little
I'm
earlier.
over 50,000 on YouTube, and I doubled my following last year, so I had a really good last year on YouTube, and I got over 40,000 followers on Instagram. I put a lot of farming pictures on Instagram as well. So them are my big 2 social media.
Those are the 2 big. Do you
I do have Twitter, and I do have a Farmhand Mike Facebook, but I don't do very much on it.
It's mostly YouTube and Instagram.
And I'm a one-man show. I mean, I know there's other channels out there that got somebody that edits their videos or this or that, but I'm working a full-time job and helping farm, and I'm also doing videos. So it's a lot to keep up with at times. So,
Well, and we appreciate working with you, and it was fun, and hope to do it again more.
Yeah, absolutely. Who knows what'll show up next year? So,
thank you, Mike.
All right, thanks for doing this.
You betcha.